you just got your massage and they dug the knots out of your upper traps. They really worked your back, your hips, your tight quads, and you feel pretty good afterwards. Like you feel like you got a whole new body. But 2 days later, a week later, you're doing all the things that you normally do, and you go right back to feeling exactly how you did in the first place. Hi, my name is Dr. Isa McGirl. I'm a holistic fitness coach, physical therapist, author, speaker, and this is Connect the Body Dots. This is so common. Massages are great. They're really helpful. I love to get a good massage. But the problem is massages are just a tool. And if we don't address why we were feeling the way that we felt to go to the massage in the first place, things are just going to be coming right back. So massages work by getting some good blood flow, getting things moving around a little bit better. They're going to help to kind of calm down our nervous system, which is going to help our muscles start to move a little bit better. A lot of us are feeling this way. A lot of us go get our massages because our muscles are so tight from various reasons. And the massages help. They help those muscles start to move a little bit better. And as a result, our bodies can start to move a little bit better. But if we go right back to how we were living the way that we did before, these things are just going to keep coming back. And you're going to be in this cycle of, I'm tight, I'm sore, I'm achy, I get a massage, I feel good for a few days, and then I'm right back to how I felt in the beginning. And this cycle doesn't need to continue. And this is not me saying don't get a massage, because massages are great. But what we do in between our massages, we might want to be thinking, we might want to be reflecting of some of the things that we're doing in between so that we can help our body start to feel better in so many different ways. And what you're going to notice is you're going to get more out of these massages. That each time you come in, things are going to start to feel better and better. Just because we're taking some care of how our body moves, some of the things that are going on in our body in the meantime. All right, so what do you need to be addressing? Biggest thing. So many of us sit all day long. And if you're sitting all day long, your body's getting tight and tense in various areas. As humans, we are creatures of movement. We need to move continuously throughout the day. And if we're sitting for 8 hours, 10 hours, all day long, we work all day and then we go right back home and sit on the couch for more time, our bodies are tightening up. Our bodies are staying in this one position all day long. So getting massage for 30 minutes, 60 minutes, it's just like sprinkling like 1 grain of salt on your food. Like, you don't want just 1 grain of salt on your food. You want everything evenly dispersed. So what I'm saying is we need more movement throughout the day. So if you can, throughout the day, just start sprinkling in a little bit more movement. And it doesn't have to be like you have to get like a whole workout in every hour. Sometimes it could be like every couple hours or so, every 1 to 3 hours, you get up, walk around, maybe even do some exercises just to start to give your body some type of movement. Because when we're sitting all day long, everything is just tensing up. These muscles tensing up all day long. It's like your body remembers it. Your body stays stuck like this. You remember when we were younger? I don't know. Maybe you don't. They'd say like if you like made like a crazy face, like, oh, your face is gonna get stuck like that. Like you'd have something sour, something, and they said, don't make that face, your face is gonna get stuck like that. This is what happens. If we stay sitting all day, it's like our bodies get stuck like that. Like our bodies literally get stuck like that. Our bodies stay used to kind of like our shoulders coming forward, our hips being super flexed, our head coming forward. Our bodies remember it. And one of the best ways to kind of counteract that is move more. Okay. Number 1. Number 2, improper exercise form, selection, programming, all of these can cause more tension in our body. Now, if we're not aware of our form when we're doing our exercises, each of our bodies is going to have areas that are a little bit stronger and a little bit weaker. A lot of us, we have muscles that are very strong on the outside of our body. So me, I be trapping through everything. Like my traps, they stay ready. our backs as well, sometimes in our hips, and it's going to be more or less depending on the person. So when we're not aware of our form, when we're doing our exercise, especially if we're loading these exercises a lot, we're going to be doing these exercises probably with our muscles that are likely more dominant. And this is likely where you're feeling a whole bunch of tension. This is likely the area that when they massage, it hurts so bad. Some of you might say it hurts so good, but if somebody like massages my traps, it usually never feels well. But we need to start to address our form. So when I say form, first off, I want you to start off just feeling your feet on the ground. So a lot of the exercise that we do, our feet are on the ground. And if we lose that connection with the ground, we are starting off with a faulty position. You want to have some alignment of your spine. So head, rib cage, pelvis, kind of have somewhat of this alignment. And what I like to do is I always like to incorporate some type of breath. So this breath gets those deep core muscles turning on to give you a bit of stabilization as you're moving through the exercise. So that when you're moving through the exercise, you're moving through your hips, you're moving through your shoulders, not just doing everything with your neck and back. So I'm just kind of briefly throwing out kind of like this starting position, kind of like our foundation, but it's going to be a little bit different for each exercise. But you want to start to feel your feet on the ground, have somewhat of this alignment in your spine. Now, some of us are doing too much. A lot of us are doing too much. And if we're doing too much, again, it's going to cause us to overcompensate with various muscles in our body just because we're overdoing it. Like our bodies are going to have a point where it's going to say, this is too much, I'm done. Or it's going to say, all the muscles that are not as strong are going to say, I'm done. And then everything else just takes over. So you want to make sure that you're not overdoing it in the gym. When we're exercising, we need proper warm up. You want to make sure your exercises are structured properly and you want to kind of cool down afterwards. And if you're kind of modifying each of these little things, all this is going to help you carry less tension in your body. So you're not returning back to that tight sensation 2 days, 3 days after your massage. Okay, so I kind of talked about it in like the exercise and whatnot. Number 3 is addressing how your body moves at the deepest level. So, like I said, all of us are going to have muscles that might be a little bit more dominant, some muscles that are a little bit weaker. Also, some of us are restricted in various areas in our body. So we don't have full mobility in various areas in our body, meaning our muscles can't lengthen all the way, or our joints don't move as they're supposed to, or our entire system doesn't move as it's supposed to, because everything in our body is connected and everything is supposed to move together. And due to our lifestyles, a lot of us can't move as we're supposed to. So we need to start to address some of these mobility restrictions. And yes, getting a massage is a great place to start. It's going to calm down some of these muscles, so things are going to be able to start to move a little bit better. Now, this is where mobility work starts to come into the picture. So when we think of mobility work, we think of kind of just like stretching. Like I could stretch. Okay, let's stretch our middle back, just because I don't know how to fix a camera. So we think of stretching as kind of just like lengthening our muscles, or let's stretch our triceps. So we're kind of just lengthening muscles. That's a great place to start. But we want to kind of think as mobility as a little bit more systemic, meaning looking at the entire picture. So we can stretch our middle back, our triceps, maybe our pecs, maybe hamstrings. We can stretch all of these different muscles. But a lot of the times, where a lot of us have our mobility restrictions, and even if you think, there's a lot of people that say, oh, I have great mobility, I could touch my toes, I could bend all which way. But you go get a massage and it hurts everywhere. Like your neck and your back are so tight. And a big reason is because a lot of us have mobility restrictions in kind of like our foundation. So in our rib cage, in our neck, in our pelvis, in our back. A lot of us have mobility restrictions through here. So doing a lot of stretching out our hamstrings, stretching out our hips, they might be helpful. But where a lot of us need to really focus on our mobility is kind of this foundation piece. So this is where I find adding in rotation, adding in a whole bunch of rotational exercises, and specifically incorporating breath is so important, because this is what gives us mobility at our foundation and stretches us from the inside out. So if you are not incorporating breath at all, you are doing your body a disservice, because our breath is the foundation of how we move. And like I said, as humans, we are creatures of movement, and our breath is the foundation of that. So we want to start to incorporate mobility exercises. And I will link somewhere in the show notes my free mobility guide that's going to kind of show you how to start to incorporate better mobility that kind of incorporates the space, but also these other areas as well. But we want to start to incorporate mobility work that has more rotation, more breath, just to give us a better bang for our buck. Now, if we start to move areas better, but we can't control it, like what if you were able to squat all the way down to the ground? Because you have good mobility, right? But you can't get up. We need to be able to have mobility, but we also need to be able to control this mobility. We need to be able to get into certain positions, but we need to be able to come out of it. We need to work on our control. So many of us lack control, lack strength in our deep core. We said we have muscles in our body that like to overdo it, that like to do everything. Those are our strong muscles. But a lot of us have these muscles that are weaker, less dominant, that we need to turn up to get them on board to work with the rest of our body. This is where a lot of us find weaknesses, restrictions, and this is the big problem. Now, like I said, our breath is the foundation of how we move, and our breath is deeply connected to our deep core. So I should talk about it. Okay, so our deep core, pelvic floor in the bottom, we have our deep abs, our transverse abs in front, our diaphragm, which is our primary breathing muscle on top, and our deep back muscles in our back. Those muscles are a part of your deep core. These muscles need to turn on. These muscles provide you with stability, safety. These muscles should be working as you're sitting throughout your day, as you're moving around throughout your day, as you're in the gym. These muscles need to turn on to give you that stack position, that alignment in your spine as you're doing those exercises. These deep core muscles need to do more. So if you're going to your massage and it helps, but it doesn't really help, think about moving more throughout your day. Think about how you exercise. And think about specifically how you're moving. Do you have enough mobility? Do you have enough deep core strength? All of this is connected. All of this is what's going to make up how you feel. All this is important. So hopefully you learned something from this video. If you are getting your massages, good, great, keep getting them. They're great. I love them. I need one right now too. But think about some of the things I just spoke about. There might be some other things that you might be able to do to get more out of your massages so that you're just able to feel better in every aspect of your life. If you want to learn any more about this topic, because this is a huge topic and I just dabbled in each of these kind of reasonings. My book, Connect the Body Dots, will be coming out within the next month or two or so. I'm going to drop the pre-sale link or the waiting list somewhere below. But if you're struggling with any of these specific areas, I want to help you start to understand your body at the deepest level so that you can start to take control of your body. Because there are so many things that we have control of in our life. We just need to be aware of these different things, and we just need to fully understand our body. So if you're interested in any of that, please look below. Mobility guide should be there as well. Any questions, comments, please comment below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.